Halfway through today will be our halfway point through this major heat wave. So this is going to be a quick update with details on how unprecedented this streak of 100 plus and 95 plus degree temperatures are. As always, I'll go over the National Weather Service watches and warnings. And for Northwest Oregon and Southwest Washington, nothing has changed. In fact, I left the map unchanged from yesterday. The excessive heat warning is still in effect till Tuesday at 10 p.m. for the lowlands and the coast range, but not the coast. And the Cascades are under heat advisory till about the same time. The only thing I'll note is while the red flag warning has been allowed to expire, I personally would advise against burning except in designated burn sites or like your backyard fire pit if it's very small, and make sure you have water on the ready because the hot temperatures are going to dry out all the vegetation even more than it already has. Moving on to our longest streaks for high temperatures, I'll start with 100 degrees or more because this is the most prominent one and the one that's grabbing the most headlines. So in Portland, on Friday and Saturday, we hit 99 degrees on both days, meaning that the most we can experience from this heat wave is 3 days in a row at or above 100 degrees. That would put it at fourth place, as the record is 5 days set back in 1941. There was 2 instances of 4 days in a row at or above 100 degrees set in 1981 and last year. In Salem and Eugene, however, 5 days at or above 100 degrees appears likely at this point, and that would set a record for longest streak at or above 100. For 95 degrees or more, for Portland, the record is 7 days. For Salem and Eugene, the record is 8 days. I am not anticipating this record is going to be broken for either locations. And for just simply 90 degrees or more, I don't think the Portland record will be broken, as I am expecting to dip into the upper 80s for a bit later this week. But if we didn't, the longest streak we've had is 10 days at or above 90 degrees compared to 7 as my total forecast. And Salem and Eugene is a little bit longer with 13 days in Salem and 12 days in Eugene. For our low temperatures, starting with 70 degrees or higher in Portland, the record is 3 days set back in the mother of all heat waves 3 years ago, while Salem, the record is 2 days, and Eugene, the record is only 1 day set only twice, back in July 20th, 1913, and July 22nd, 2006. I'm not anticipating 70-degree lows or higher for Eugene, and it seems to be unlikely for Salem too, due to the reduced urban heat island effect. In Portland, while I did reduce my low temperature forecasts, I'm still anticipating one night at or above 70 degrees, but it would not threaten this record. For 65 degrees or higher, Portland, the record is 8 days. In Salem, the record is 4, and Eugene is 3. And the 60-degree low or higher, I think that one could be under threat for Portland. The record is 10 days at or above 60 degrees, set back in 2009. But in Salem and Eugene, both of these records are safe, as temperatures have been cooling down into the lower 60s despite the high temperatures, and in the rural areas down into the upper 50s. On to the 7-day forecast, and I will be starting with Corvallis. I'm expecting high temperatures there to be about 100 degrees. And as Corvallis has been the cool spot from this heat wave, I'm expecting temperatures in Salem and Eugene to be a couple of notches above that. Monday, I'm anticipating temperatures of 103 degrees, and Tuesday, temperatures back down to 100 degrees. And while normally that would be pretty accurate for most of the southern Willamette Valley, I don't think that's going to be the case on Tuesday because of the microclimate Corvallis experiences on the tailing end of heat waves, getting an onshore flow push through the Marys River / Akina River basins because they almost connect through the coast range. It's one of the weakest points of the coast range in terms of blocking marine air. As a result, I'm expecting temperatures of closer to around 105 degrees for Salem and 103 for Eugene at this time. I'll do a detailed slide either in tomorrow's video or Monday's video. High temperatures will taper down maybe with a day in the upper 80s on Thursday, but otherwise sitting at or around 90 degrees with low temperatures cooling off into the lower 50s. And onto the Portland metro area, high temperature of 100 degrees today before warming up to 103 degrees tomorrow, and 104 is the warm day on Tuesday before cooling off and having 2 days in the 80s on Thursday and Friday before warming back up into the 90s on Saturday. So that is going to be it for this video. I will come out with another video tomorrow that most likely will be a quicker update, unless if I could think of another mini featurette to do. So please stay cool and stay safe out there and take care.